Oaks. For the 6-4s on spokes. For the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole. For the homegirls with the scrap game. Lil' homies that gang bang. From Pelican Bay to YA. Rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through. Shit you had to go get to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation. Broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby.
Lifting weights was on sport. They start calling me Big Meat.
Six Shakur from Eastside, Bloodstone, Getting by City. Also known as Shady Eyes, is my hood name.
Man, the kid that got to be put on Broadway, man, they just do you.
I created Corner Pocket in my mother's garage.
They call me Tiny Ant from Rolling 60, but they're known as Tylo Tiny Ant.
Start.
The 5 Deuce, okay. 5 Trade, you talking about, which 5 Trades you talking about? Avalons? Well, I would always say San Pedro, you know, on the west side of San Pedro, really. But we stayed in the park. But they always did push their line from Avalon further back before you get to Central. East. All in that area, east, yeah.
So basically the park separated you guys.
The park, South Park. Because that was both our parks at the same time. And I'm telling you what I know for facts because I was there in the park. And right now, they call us A, they saying A's and ways, you know, because we always have got along like that.
You mentioned that you went to the penitentiary.
Yep, CIW, I went to the pen, and I went to the pen in 1982. I did 3 years then. I went back in 86, got out in 87, I did 13 months, went to fire camp. Then I went to Chowchilla, CIW, in 1990, and I opened up Chowchilla on Sea Yard in 1990.
And what were you going to prison for?
Robbery, armed robbery, burglary.
So I'm listening to the years you're kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
So did you miss that 5 Deuce 6-0 era and that Whitey Enterprise era?
Whitey, Daddy Steve, and they went to school together.
So you was on the street for all?
I was go to his house and stuff, hang out. But then him and his dad, they live right there in them duplexes. Yeah, I know Steve, Whitey. Man, we went to Main Street together. We used to steal out of ABC Market at the same time. He be coming out the store with a bag of stuff. I be coming, me and my brothers come out with pushing our grocery basket out the store with a bunch of food. We was up there stealing, and he was up there panhandling or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Were they official 5 Deuces or just honorary?
If anything, they was really from Broadway because, you know, he was raised up there just like I was. And me and him was in school together. Me, Whitey, Baby Al, Mickey, we all went to Main Street. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that's Lorenzo's little brother. And they always lived right there on 53rd between Main and Broadway, right there.
Were you on the streets when they...
And 54th.
Were you on the streets when they were up and running?
Yeah, I was on the street, they was up and running. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I do. Yes, I was. And ran across them a few times.
So you was in the pen in 82, so you weren't on the streets when the 60s and the Broadways used to hang out together?
The 6-0s?
Yeah.
Not really, no. I ain't gonna say that. Nope, I can't claim that. So I wasn't around because I kind of like faded to the background for a while, you know. I was doing time and, you know, getting into things on my own, doing stuff, you know. I always come back to my hood. You know, even now, when I ride through, it's just like memories just flash through, you know, just for the memory's sake. It's just stuff I treasure because, you know, it's part of my life, something I ain't gonna never forget. And it's gonna always be dear to my heart because I have nothing but good memories. You know, even when I was banging, I had good memories.
I don't know if you dug into the origins. The difference between 5 Deuce Hoover and 5 Deuce Broadway, was there a difference back when you guys started or were you guys one?
No, it was a difference.
From the beginning?
From the beginning. They were separate and we were separate. Because I'm going to tell you why I know that. Because when we lived on 53rd between 54 and Hoover, and back at my auntie house, my brother joined Five Deuce Hoovers. He got jumped in, and I went to John Muir, okay? And they didn't have nothing to do with Broadway. I was 12 years old, okay? And I didn't even, I wasn't even a Broadway yet at that time.
So who
This is
came?
1970, I'm talking about 1970. That was the year. Oh, go ahead.
So since you said 1970,
Yeah, 1970.
so Five Deuce Hoovers came out before Five Deuce Broadway.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Indeed, because my brother got jumped in, and I remember he came home from school, and they was on right there at the school on 52nd and Hoover. They jumped him in right then in the school round.
Did members from Five Deuce Broadway have a hand? No, did members from Five Deuce Hoover have a hand in starting Five Deuce Broadway?
No. Mm-mm.
There's no Five Deuce Broadways that used to be Five Deuce Hoovers?
No, not that I know. I know some Hoovers turned Broadway though. Not that I can recall, Yeah.
So back then, who would you consider Five Deuce Broadway's main allies back then?
Well, back then, you talking like in the 70 eras, the Six Deuces, because that's who we hung out with. Before they became 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", Six Deuce.
So you give them priority over Five Trey Avalon and Five Deuce Hoovers?
Well, wait a minute, let me back up my step, because we was kicking it with the Avalon, so you're right about that. I'm not going to get them priority, but we hung out with Avalons at the same time. We hung out with the Six Deuces too. And I put it like that.
And where did the Five Deuce Hoovers fall into that?
Later on, down a few years behind that, that's when I moved over on the other side of Figueroa. And then we got tight, we got in with them.
So you guys did cross the freeway?
Yeah, we crossed the freeway, yeah. The house, the Santa house crossed the freeway, that's where everybody was coming to.
What's
Yep.
the Santa house?
Huh?
Explain what that house is.
Oh, that's where all the homies come, stroll up in, spend the night, hang out, stay there, live there, eat there, bathe there, like me. I was always there, I slept, ate, and bathed there. Dressed and all that, and got up and went out on the streets and hung out. Me and the homies, the homegirls.
And what street was this on?
It was on 53rd and Figueroa, and between Figueroa and Hoover, closer to Hoover.
So that house right there is what bonded you guys with the Five Deuce Hoovers, since you overlapped?
Yeah, I believe so, because that's where we was at. We was basically in their hood, but we was Broadway still, letting it be known that we was Broadways, even though we don't know in your hood, we was Broadways. We kept it 100. So, yeah. And the other house, after that house, we moved back up on the other side of Broadway again. See, we came back on 47 between Main and Broadway.
Let me ask you a question. Why was y'all moving around so much?
Because that's what the homegirl, Tyrone, my mother's house, was moving to. And we was following that house wherever it go. Wherever Tyrone tires, rest in peace, my dear loved one. Wherever his house moved, we moved with that house. And that's how it went down. That one house. I mean, we gonna see other homies too, go visit and stuff, but that was the main house where everybody hung out.
And you tight with his sister?
Me and her, we just like this. And there's the other sister, Jewel. All of us, we was raised up together. I look at them as, the youngest, my teenage years, we came up together.
I wanted to ask you about AC's book, real quick, because there was AC from
AC?
West Side Hollywood, he wrote a book. And before he moved to Compton, he lived in the Bethune
neighborhood, around that area?
Okay.
Okay, uh-huh.
In his book, he mentions a gang called the Broadways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says the founders were these guys called the Wilcox Brothers.
Nah,
So I'm trying to figure out, is that a different Broadway gang?
It got to be. He should have put a number on that.
Yeah.
We Five Deuces. He should have put a number on that.
Oh, so Broadway started off Five Deuce from the gate.
From the gate. We never changed from that. It was always, and before we started calling ourselves BGC, we was always Five, the Five and the Deuce. And that's how we was writing up on the wall, Five and the Deuce. Or 52. And we was never nothing else but Five Deuce. Now they newer time is BGC. They call me OG BGC.
Who's that one?
Triple OG.
Who's
Matter
that
of
one
fact.
old Broadway that you were in communication with?
11 Deuces, Mr. Queen.
See, that was somebody. That's another set.
Booker or something like that.
Booker.
No?
He wasn't from Broadway. He was Booker.
Okay, I got it wrong.
Yeah, them Broadways, they
That's
different, y'all.
Yeah, they different from us. And I think they came out after us too. I believe they did. They came out after us.
I think they came out before y'all, but they were just Broadway.
They was quiet though.
They disappeared.
They came out
I
before
may be
74?
wrong, but I think they came out before 74.
Oh,
You know
okay.
the Bulldog?
No. I've heard of a name, but I'm not sure if I know him. I hear a lot of names. And sometimes I can't put the faces with them no more.
Were the Fitzgerald boys up and running during your time?
No, the thing that was out before the Broadway that I know about was the businessmen, the Slousers, stuff like that. They hung out, at South Park, the businessmen, things like that.
That's what we was looking for when we said what was going on. over
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, that area and the gladiators and all that. I've heard about them, but I was much younger than they was. But those are names that I can remember hearing about. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, go while you on. Go ahead.
None of the old time businessmen were roaming around South Park?
Yeah, a bunch of them. Let me see if I can name a few of them, maybe a couple of them. Dang, my whole group is Bonewell, James Brown. Let me see. We got Bonewell, James Brown, Shook. Let me see if I can name some more. I don't know if Mad Dog was one or not, but I think he was. I'm not sure.
What about a guy that used to sing?
Which one was? You gotta tell me his name.
Barry White.
Barry White. Oh yeah, of course Barry White. I said that earlier. Yeah, I said Barry White earlier. Of course him. Yeah. And I used to see him in the park hanging out and stuff. I used to play in that park every day. Every day. I was in South Park.
What did they dress like? What was this distinctive?
Now let me give it up for our dress code. Now me and my girls, we wore our khakis, our croquet socks with the tabs on them. We stayed fresh every day, And nowadays they just like moms and stuff. They don't be caring how they looking and stuff. But we stayed sharp. And our khakis and Levi's 501s was creased down. We put them in the cleans, get them starched and creased down. Corduroys. I used to love corduroys. They had every color corduroys, cause that was my thing that I liked it. And the khakis too. Had just about every color of those as well. And I wore my ace deuce, cocked to the side. And yeah.
Pictures for us?
I
did. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some more. A bunch of. But let me find. I'd like to give a shout out to my homies, rest in peace. And I just want to do this before I forget for this interview. Okay, I'm just gonna say off the top of my head. And for the ones I can't mention, maybe I'll think about it another time. But I want to give up for my homeboy Tyrone, Mr. T, rest in peace. I want to give up for Chew, Diamond D, Ellis Eyes, let me see, Rainbow, Dairy, Morty, John Hunt. Let's see. It's some more I can't mention right now, but I want to give a shout out to those homies that was there putting it down when I was around. We got some homies that's locked down. We got Crazy Pope. We got, I don't know about Lonnie Capone. We got Lonnie Capone. He's not in jail, not that I know of, but his brother, Caesar Mike. We got Chili, and that's Boss Chili. His brother Pee Wee, Byron. That was my first love. Let's see. I want to give up for some of the females that we lost. May they rest in peace. Umaguma, Kim. Her name is Kim. Go by Umaguma. Let me see. We lost Teresa, Lily. It's a lot more. I just can't mention all of them at this time right now. But maybe some of the other ones on the next interview, where I fell off, they could pick it back up, you know.
Do you remember who the first Broadway was that passed away?
One of the first moves.
To be lost to war.
I don't know, I wanted to say, I don't know if it was Tyrone, because I think Tyrone went before Chew. And I know Rainbow went right at the end of the 80s. I was in the PM with the girl that killed him. Far as I know, I think it was Tyrone's team. I'm not sure though.
So as a kid in the 70s, you guys weren't losing any members?
No, we weren't losing nobody. I forgot to give it up for my homeboy, rest in peace, Crazy Wayne, Diamond D's brother, you know.
How did John Hunt pass?
John Hunt. I was locked up when that happened, but I heard one of the homies was tripping off some sherm or something and, killed him.
1980.
Yeah, I was locked up when that happened.